Subscribe to us at ULO and never miss out on our weekend and racing festival tips. Remember, this week it is going to be every race, every day for the Cheltenham Festival. Also, remember to check out the ULO Weekender podcast on Spotify to get the deep dive analysis on all the big races coming your way. Well, here we go. It's the first day of the Cheltenham Festival on Tuesday, and what a roar we are going to get when the starters flag comes down on the traditional curtain raiser, the Supreme Novices. And this year, what a touch from sponsors Sky Bet to name this year's renewal in honour of Michael O'Sullivan, who has just left us in the worst of circumstances. To you, Michael, the brightest of lights, too soon put out. But on we go for 2025, and it's a blinder of a first day. Of course, the handicaps are the chancy bets at Cheltenham, but I do think that Liam Swagger can strut his stuff as an each-way punt in the Fred Winter, while Haiti Coolers can score in the closer. Tuesday's nap goes to post in the Mare's Hurdle. Lossiemouth made an uncharacteristic error when leading in the Irish Champion Hurdle last month, but is all the rage to take this Grade 1 now back against her own sex. She could have gone for the Champion Hurdle here this week, but with Constitution Hill and brighter days ahead going for that Grade 1, Willie Mullins looks to this easier option. Hopefully, Lossie E. Mouth is none the worse for that 6th fence fall in the Leopardstown race, and although a short enough price for this will be a banker for many on the festival's first day. Stablemate Jade de Grugy will be around at the business end, should Lossiemouth not be on her A-game in a race dominated by Irish raiders, while Nicky Henderson's Joyeuse has been supplemented for this after storming home in a handicap at Newbury. Lots more on her plate here, but for each-way value, get your wad on Jessica Harrington's Jatara with the in-form Sam Ewing booked for the trip. Lossiemouth to be head girl in the Mare's Hurdle. Our next best is Lodu Sud, lining up in the Arkle. Plenty of money has gone down for Madgeborough since bolting up in the Irish Arkle last time out, but I think he can be taken on, and it's Lodu Sud that can do the damage to the jolly. There's no room for any errors when you're in a 2-mile chase, as I pointed out on the latest ULO Weekender Cheltenham podcast, and with Dan Skelton's Lodu Sud going from strength to strength over fences this season, including here, I'll keep the grey on my side. Nicky Henderson's Django Bailly shouldn't pass without a mention too, as he gave our selection for the Scilly Isles, handstands, a good run for his money in that Grade 1, while Gavin Cromwell's Only by Night and Gordon Elliott's Touch Me Not are both progressive in a fascinating renewal, but might want more juice in the ground. Lodu Sud to improve again to take the Arkle at the expense of Irish pair, Madgeborough and Only by Night. Earlier on, a real cracker of an opener for this year's festival, but it's dominated by Irish raiders who occupy the first 6 in the betting on Monday. Arguments can be made for all, with Willie Mullins's Kopek Day Bordes attracting huge support after his win at the Dublin Racing Festival last month. However, 2 runs at Leopardstown and a bumper win at Fairyhouse does mean he's into unknown territory around here, so it's Romeo Coolio that floats my boat for the Supreme. Second to Jasmine DeVoe in the Champion Bumper here last year shows Romeo Coolio can act on this track, and after a 9-length win at Leopardstown in the Christmas meeting, looks like he's been laid out for this race. Home hopes do well in the Ultima by tradition, so it's no surprise to see Broadway Boy, Catate Dory and the Changing Man all at the top of the betting. A case can be made for all, but it's Catate Dory that looks to be lining up from a winnable mark in this Premier Handicap, with Dylan Johnston's £3 claim an added plus. Henry's Friend did look a generous price in the anti-post markets, so is my each-way punt. But Catate Dory gets my endorsement for the win. Call me biased, call me Anglophobic, call me out when this plan goes wrong, but I'm chancing my arm that brighter days ahead is coming here to take on Constitution Hill and win. Arguments for Constitution Hill are pretty convincing, I'll give you that, but the so far unbeaten champion hurdler of 2023 has had some issues and doesn't, to me, look as impregnable as he once was. Brighter days ahead, by contrast, looks one right out of the top draw who hasn't found her ceiling yet. Admittedly, her only defeat came here, at the hands of Golden Ace in the Dawn Run at last year's festival. But I think she's gone forward from there, and that is why Gordon Elliott thinks he has a champion hurdler in his yard. One for the girls here, as Brighter Days Ahead does the unthinkable, and Pop's Constitution Hills balloon. Sorry, boys,